Have you ever noticed patterns in your life that seem too perfect to be just random chance? Do you sometimes feel like the universe is trying to tell you something through these repeated events or experiences? If so, you're not alone. Many people have wondered about the significance of these seemingly meaningful coincidences. Today, we're going to explore why these patterns in your life might not be mere coincidences and why it's important not to ignore what some call synchronicity. Let's start by understanding what synchronicity really means. It's more than just a fancy word for coincidence. Synchronicity refers to meaningful patterns of connection in life that appear to have no clear cause and effect relationship. It's when events or circumstances align in a way that feels significant, as if they're trying to convey a message or guide us in a certain direction. This concept isn't just some new age idea. It has roots in psychology and has intrigued scientists and philosophers alike. Carl Jung, a famous psychologist, popularized the term and believed that these meaningful coincidences were worth paying attention to. He thought they might reveal important insights about our inner world and our connection to the broader universe. Now, you might be wondering how synchronicity shows up in everyday life. It could be thinking about an old friend and then unexpectedly running into them later that day. Or perhaps you keep seeing the same number sequence everywhere you look. Maybe you've been contemplating a big life change, and suddenly you start noticing signs or opportunities related to that very thing. These are just a few ways synchronicity might manifest, but the possibilities are endless and unique to each person's experience. It's important to note that synchronicity goes beyond mere coincidence. While coincidences are random events that happen by chance, synchronicity involves a deeper sense of meaning or purpose. It's not just about the events themselves, but about how they resonate with you personally and what they might be trying to tell you. So why does synchronicity matter? Why should we pay attention to these patterns in our lives? Well, recognizing and exploring synchronicity can lead to greater self-awareness and personal growth. It can help us tap into our intuition and make more aligned decisions. By paying attention to these meaningful patterns, we might gain insights into our own thoughts, feelings, and desires that we weren't fully conscious of before. Moreover, acknowledging synchronicity can open us up to a sense of wonder and connection with the world around us. It can remind us that we're part of something larger than ourselves, that there might be more to reality than what we can see and measure. This perspective can be comforting and inspiring, especially during challenging times. But here's the thing, if we ignore these patterns, if we dismiss them as mere coincidence or random chance, we might be missing out on valuable guidance and opportunities for growth. When we brush off synchronicity, we risk overlooking important messages from our subconscious or the universe at large. We might continue down paths that don't serve us well, or miss chances to make positive changes in our lives. So how can we become more attuned to synchronicity in our lives? It starts with awareness and openness. Pay attention to the events and experiences that catch your attention or feel meaningful. Trust your intuition when something seems significant, even if you can't immediately explain why. Keeping a journal can be a helpful tool for recognizing patterns of synchronicity. Write down experiences that feel meaningful and look for connections over time. You might be surprised at the patterns that emerge when you start paying closer attention. Meditation and mindfulness practices can also help you become more aware of synchronicity. These practices can quiet the constant chatter of your mind, allowing you to notice subtle patterns and connections you might otherwise miss. Another important aspect of working with synchronicity is developing your intuition. Your gut feelings and instincts often pick up on meaningful patterns before your conscious mind does. Learn to trust these feelings and explore what they might be telling you. It's also helpful to approach life with a sense of curiosity and wonder. Instead of immediately dismissing unusual coincidences, ask yourself what they might mean. What if there's more to this than meets the eye? This open-minded approach can lead to fascinating insights and discoveries. Remember, though, that recognizing synchronicity doesn't mean abandoning critical thinking or logic. It's about finding a balance between rational analysis and intuitive insight. Use your discernment to distinguish between truly meaningful patterns and random events that don't hold deeper significance. Now, let's delve a bit deeper into the science behind synchronicity. While it might seem like a purely mystical concept, there are actually some fascinating scientific theories that relate to it. For instance, some researchers in the field of quantum physics have proposed ideas about the interconnectedness of all things at a quantum level. These theories suggest that events and experiences might be more deeply connected than we typically assume in our everyday understanding of cause and effect. Psychologists have also studied synchronicity and related phenomena. Some view it as a way our minds make meaning out of random events, while others see it as a potential window into the workings of our subconscious minds. Regardless of the exact mechanism, many psychologists agree that paying attention to synchronicity can lead to valuable psychological insights. Carl Jung's work on synchronicity is particularly noteworthy. Jung believed that synchronicity was evidence of what he called the collective unconscious, a shared reservoir of experiences and knowledge that all humans can tap into. He thought that synchronistic events might be ways that this collective unconscious communicates with our conscious minds. Jung's ideas about synchronicity and the collective unconscious have had a profound impact on psychology and popular culture. They've influenced everything from psychotherapy techniques to artistic expressions. While not everyone agrees with all of Jung's theories, his work has opened up important conversations about the nature of consciousness and our connection to the world around us. One of the most powerful aspects of synchronicity is its potential to guide us towards personal growth and self-discovery. When we start paying attention to these meaningful patterns, we often find that they lead us to important realizations about ourselves and our lives. For example, recurring patterns might highlight areas of our lives that need attention or change. They might point us towards new opportunities or paths we hadn't considered before. Sometimes, synchronicity can even provide comfort or reassurance during difficult times, reminding us that we're not alone and that there might be a greater purpose to our struggles. It's important to note, however, that synchronicity isn't about passively waiting for signs from the universe. It's an active process of engagement with your life and the world around you. It's about being present, aware, and willing to explore the deeper meanings of your experiences. This doesn't mean that every coincidence or pattern is deeply meaningful. Part of working with synchronicity is developing discernment. Not every repeated number or unexpected encounter holds profound significance. Learning to distinguish between truly meaningful synchronicities and random occurrences is an important skill to develop. One way to develop this discernment is to pay attention to how events or patterns make you feel. Meaningful synchronicities often come with a sense of significance or resonance. They might give you goosebumps or a feeling of aha. These emotional and intuitive responses can be valuable guides in navigating synchronicity. It's also helpful to look for patterns over time. A single coincidence might not mean much, but if you notice similar themes or events repeating in your life, it might be worth paying closer attention. This is where keeping a journal can be particularly useful, as it allows you to track patterns over longer periods. Another important aspect of working with synchronicity is staying grounded in the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in looking for signs or trying to interpret every little thing that happens. But the true power of synchronicity often lies in its ability to bring us back to the here and now, to help us engage more fully with our present experiences. This brings us to an important point. The goal of recognizing synchronicity isn't to try to control or manipulate the universe. It's not about trying to force certain outcomes or believing that you can make anything happen just by wishing for it. Instead, it's about opening yourself up to the flow of life, trusting in the process, and being willing to follow where it leads. This attitude of openness and trust can lead to a greater sense of peace and contentment in life. When you believe that there might be a deeper meaning or purpose to your experiences, even the challenging ones, it can help you navigate difficulties with more grace and resilience. At the same time, recognizing synchronicity doesn't mean abandoning personal responsibility or effort. It's not about sitting back and waiting for the universe to hand you everything you want. Instead, it's about combining action with awareness, making choices, and taking steps while remaining open to guidance and unexpected opportunities. One powerful way to work with synchronicity is through setting intentions. This doesn't mean making demands of the universe, but rather clarifying what you want or need in your life. When you set clear intentions, you may find that synchronicities related to those intentions start to appear more frequently. This can help guide your actions and decisions in alignment with your goals and values. It's also worth considering how technology and our modern lifestyle might impact our experience of synchronicity. In our hyper-connected world, we have access to more information and stimuli than ever before. This can sometimes make it harder to notice meaningful patterns amidst all the noise. On the other hand, technology can also create new opportunities for synchronicity. Social media, for instance, can lead to unexpected connections and coincidences that might hold meaning. The key is to approach technology mindfully, using it as a tool for connection and discovery rather than letting it distract us from the present moment. As we explore synchronicity, it's natural to wonder about its implications for our understanding of reality. If meaningful coincidences are more than just random chance, what does that say about the nature of the universe? Some people find that recognizing synchronicity leads them to a more spiritual or mystical worldview. Others approach it from a more psychological or scientific perspective. Regardless of your personal beliefs, exploring synchronicity can lead to a greater sense of wonder and appreciation for the complexity of life. It can remind us that there's always more to learn and discover, both about ourselves and the world around us. One of the beautiful things about synchronicity is that it's a deeply personal experience. What feels meaningful to one person might not resonate with another. This is why it's so important to trust your own intuition and experiences when it comes to recognizing and interpreting synchronicity in your life. At the same time, sharing our experiences of synchronicity with others can be powerful. It can help us gain new perspectives and insights, and it can create a sense of connection and shared wonder. Many people find that once they start talking about synchronicity, they discover that others have had similar experiences. As we wrap up our exploration of synchronicity, let's consider some practical steps you can take to become more aware of these meaningful patterns in your life. First, practice mindfulness and presence. The more aware you are of your present moment experiences, the more likely you are to notice synchronicities when they occur. Second, keep an open mind. Be willing to consider that there might be more to your experiences than what immediately meets the eye. This doesn't mean abandoning critical thinking, but rather finding a balance between skepticism and openness. Third, trust your intuition. Pay attention to those gut feelings and inexplicable senses of knowing. Your intuition often picks up on patterns and connections before your conscious mind does. Fourth, keep a journal. Writing down your experiences, especially those that feel meaningful or synchronistic, can help you recognize patterns over time. It can also be a valuable tool for self-reflection and personal growth. Fifth, set intentions. Clarify what you want or need in your life. You may find that synchronicities related to these intentions start to appear more frequently. Sixth, take action. Synchronicity isn't about passively waiting for things to happen. It's about actively engaging with life while remaining open to guidance and unexpected opportunities. Seventh, practice gratitude. Cultivating a sense of appreciation for the meaningful coincidences in your life can help you notice them more often and derive greater benefit from them. Eighth, be patient. Developing an awareness of synchronicity is a process. It takes time and practice to become more attuned to these meaningful patterns. Ninth, stay grounded. While exploring synchronicity can be exciting and inspiring, it's important to stay connected to your everyday life and responsibilities. Finally, remember that the goal isn't to control or manipulate the universe, but to open yourself up to its flow and guidance. Synchronicity is about cooperation and co-creation with life, not about trying to force certain outcomes. In conclusion, the patterns in your life might indeed be more than mere coincidences. By paying attention to synchronicity, you open yourself up to a richer, more meaningful experience of life. You might gain valuable insights, find unexpected opportunities, and develop a deeper sense of connection with the world around you. Remember, though, that recognizing synchronicity is a personal journey. What feels meaningful to you might be different from what resonates with someone else. Trust your own experiences and intuition as you explore this fascinating aspect of life. As you go forward from here, we encourage you to stay curious and open-minded. Pay attention to the patterns and coincidences in your life. Reflect on what they might mean for you. And most importantly, allow yourself to feel a sense of wonder and appreciation for the complex, interconnected nature of our world. Who knows what insights and opportunities might arise when you start paying attention to the synchronicities in your life. The journey of exploration is yours to take. So why not start today? Keep your eyes, mind, and heart open to the possibilities. You might be surprised at what you discover.